couple of days ago, me and Reeno had a conversation on one of her YouTube videos about death and the fear of death. And it's something that I don't usually talk about much, because it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't affect me, but it would appear that a lot of people seem to worry about it, that you're going to die eventually. You can't live on forever. Everything, everywhere has to die in one form or another. But I think as we've become more intelligent over the years, we've begun to ponder the meaning of life and the subsequent meaning of death. You know, if you're just dying at the end, what's the point? I think this generates fear, because you just don't know. You don't have the answers to these questions yet. And I think as human beings, we're quite curious animals. I guess that's what we are in a way. Well, I guess, no, that is what we are. And so when we don't find the answer to our questions, we tend to make rules and tell tales to explain and understand the world around us, which is probably how religion and belief systems came about. And this video isn't to knock anyone's religion or belief system. You're all entitled to your own opinions, but I think a lot of these books and belief systems have come about because of the fear of the unknown that we deal with on a daily basis, I guess, because, you know, I could walk out of my house one morning and get knocked over by a car. I don't know. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It could well do. You know, we live in a highly densely populated area. There are a lot of cars about, a lot of people that drive irresponsibly. Likelihood is, at some point, I might get knocked over. Do I let it bother me? No, because there's a lot. This is what I was saying in the comment section of Reeno's video. There are infinite amounts of variables. For example, I'm riding along now, close to that Isuzu Trooper. I mean, I'm a fair distance away, but something could happen to make him brake, and I could plough straight into the back of it and die, maybe, I don't know. But if I just drop down a gear, 2 gears, and just give myself a bit more distance, I've just changed the variables of what could happen. He brakes, I've got enough braking distance, and I stop. So, you see, everything you do has a minuscule, small effect on your lifeline, if you like, or your path throughout life. I could have gone left there, but I actually chose to go right because I prefer the road. So, you never know what's around the corner, but and I consider those variables. Having said that, there's so many different things that could affect your life that there's just no point in worrying about them, because otherwise you end up driving yourself mad. And I think some people do that. It's a real shame, because the fact that, yes, there are infinite variables to what could happen to you in a day and this and that, I guess that guy could pull out and knock me off, and then, you know, the guy behind him could have had a really bad day, and then he bloody goes into the back of someone because of the events of today. It's just, you just don't know. I don't let these kind of things worry me, because at the end of the day, that's the beauty of the world and the universe we live in. Everything is so random and uncontrolled. It's wild. There's so much that we just don't understand or can grasp mentally. We're not there yet. But I don't live in fear. I mean, my accident was the turning point in my life in a way, because I realised that my life was good. I was content to die that night if that was my time to go. And I was only 18 years old, so you can imagine what kind of life I'd be living. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun in my time. So death is no matter how hard you try, it will catch up to you. So there's no point in fearing it, because it's just an inevitable fact of life. It's part of life. You have to die at some point. And I find that concept quite, I don't know, I think it's quite fascinating, because, you know, there are always all these questions: is there life after death? What happens to the consciousness of your mind, all the memories you've accrued and your experiences and your knowledge? Well, no one knows, but, you know, there's only one way to find out. I guess I could say, if I, you know, could take a corner too quick, am I scared, or do I fear that I'm going to end up in a bush or something? That's not real fear, that's just self-preservation. I'm not going to go around the corner too quick knowing that I could end up in a bush, because that's just dumb. There is an element in your head that stops you from doing those kind of things. You really have to try hard, and you really have to push yourself to do something to harm yourself or put yourself in a position that is obviously detrimental to your health, to actually do it, because there is a part of you that just says, no, you're not doing this, that's just dumb. I believe that fear is not real. It's something you fabricate in your own head. Danger, a dangerous situation, a physical situation is real, but fear is a byproduct of how you react, or how you decide to address a dangerous or potentially dangerous situation. So yeah, I don't personally, I would like to say to people that there's no point in living your life in any kind of fear. You have to be rational and obviously recognise when there is danger, but at the same time, there's no point in fearing the unknown, because you just don't know what you're going to do. You just don't know. You don't know what's out there. What's the point in living in fear of death or what's after death? Just get on with your life and live to the fullest. I'm not saying, oh yeah, you know, live your day like it's your last. I always was a bit meh about that motto. That's how I felt about it. Live your life the way you want to live it. At the end of the day, just don't let an irrational emotion like fear get in the way of it. But that's up to you. It's your life. Live it how you want to live it, I suppose. I just thought I'd share my experience. I think I'm grasping at quite a complex concept, which is difficult to talk about when I'm riding a bike, because I have to concentrate on the road, and I also have to think about what I'm going to say to make sure it makes sense. But I think the people watching can probably understand the point I'm trying to get across. Oh, coming up to a max wrist moment. I think we're coming up to a max wrist moment here. It's a max wrist moment waiting to happen. Porsche Cayman max wrist. I'm going to call my max wrist moments safety wrist. Yeah. The Milo Bridge is supposed to be closed for the next 20 weeks or something, or 6 months, something ridiculous. So I'm going to go and take a look and see why, if you can see any damage. Apparently a lorry smashed into it, a 38-ton lorry smashed into the bridge. I mean, if you imagine this is a bridge that is used every day by commuters and people that travel, that need to get in and out of Marlow, and now there's only 2 ways in. It's just really bizarre being able to just stand on this bridge, no traffic on it, but as a consequence, look how beautiful the scenery is. can't beat that. I'm going to have to come and do a time lapse, see if I can get some decent footage, seeing as the bridge has not been used. Why not? Oh, it is a wedding. Look at that. Congratulations, whoever you are. Laura and Andy. Fantastic. S1000 double R. Nice. Crossing? Thought I should check. Ooh. Oh, nice. Old Escort. Yoda. That's awesome. Darth Vader. Ooh, Triumph Bonneville. Oh, there's a lot going on today in Marlow. Oh.